what it do, YouTube? We got another video today. It's called The Craziest September of All Time. And this one is by Tommy NFG, so shout out to him. Make sure to sub to him if you guys want to watch the original video. But man, we have been having a crazy year, let alone just a crazy September. And it's only 18 days in at the time of this recording. So let's go ahead and dive into this video.
I know I usually do a recap at the end of every year, covering everything that happened from influencers to politics to memes. And I'm happy to say that will be coming out. But this September, I just had to talk about it a little bit because people have been memeing on it and just saying,
what the f is going on?
Every day I'm waking up seeing a new jaw-dropping story across the world. As of recording, we're literally halfway through this month, and Charlie Kirk got assassinated, life was just found on Mars, Nepal overthrew its government, Roblox is getting sued by a YouTuber, Russia's invading Poland, a dead body was found in a music artist's car, and the Epstein files released. If this is 2025, we're not going to survive 2026. I guess.
Bro, I did not know half of these things even happened in 2025, let alone in this month. Like, are you sure this happened all in September, bro? I did not know. I mean, I know about the Charlie Kirk situation. I knew about and I knew for sure about the dead body being found in the artist's car. I did not know about the other stuff, though.
So we can start off in order with Roblox getting sued by Law by Mike. Roblox has been going through the gutter ever since Schlepp made that exposed video on them. They've been losing billions and getting clowned on by the internet. Having politicians step up to fight against them, then getting sued by a state. I mean, when your game has animations like this, should we be surprised?
Bro, what is this, bro? Bro, what is this, bro? Roblox, come on, man. Nah, bro. This can't, bro.
This isn't even
this has to be a mod, bro. That can't be the real game.
The worst of them. Like, if I showed the worst, this video will probably get taken down. So on September 1st, Law by Mike dropped a video saying he's suing Roblox and pointed out all the up things Roblox has yet to address. One of them was the fact that anyone could make an account on the website before 2021 with just a username, password, and birthday. It's the first step for every game company to have you enter in an email at least. This makes it way easier for predators to create some bot accounts and lure some kids off the platform. And also, what happens if you forget your username and password?
I've been hearing about that too. Like, I know Roblox was one of those apps or games that like child predators will be using to do some weird stuff with kids and try to lure them offline. Now, I have a younger sister, and I used to always be like, when I was hearing about this, I was afraid of her even playing this game because I'm like making sure like I'm checking in on her iPad because I'm like, bruh, I don't want no, you know what I'm saying? I don't want no PDF file talking to my sister. Like, what? You know
And don't have an email connected to the account. Was your account just blipped from existence forever? He also says that their AI moderation is a failure because groomers always find a way around it. They'll either use some type of secret emoji codes or text in the chat to still get through, which only makes me wonder, when are these companies gonna realize AI is not built up as much as they thought it was? Now it feels like companies are only becoming unsafer with this AI bullshit. It's almost like removing an actual human being and replacing it with a robot that works half the time was gonna cause problems. But you know they don't care. Roblox does anything for profits. He also exposed that Roblox is lying about how many moderators they have. They try to say they have thousands working around the clock 24/7 to protect kids, but it turns out they only have 3,000 total. And that might seem like a lot, but keep in mind, Roblox has well over 100 million active players a day, which is only growing every day with more kids joining. Those poor employees. I could only imagine how many requests they have to come through a day. It's always worse when you have less too, because you're gonna have employees making mistakes and they probably got some quota from David Baszucki to hit. I can imagine him looking down from above on them and giving an execution order when an employee makes a mistake. Because of
when things lose their efficiency.
Here we go with the ads again, y'all. My bad. I cannot get YouTube Premium right now. Help me get to 1,000.
Mike said he's now joining Schlepp's lawyer to help sue Roblox, and that anyone who's had a similar experience to Schlepp on Roblox can contact him so we can add them as well to it. Right now, Roblox is looking like Thanos after snapping. If they manage to win this, I'm gonna start buying the lottery again because anything is possible. Right after this, the Epstein files officially released to the public. Well, actually, not fully released, just partially. The fact that 33,000
That's what I'm saying. Whatever happened to the Epstein files? This is like everybody just forgot about that and been keeping quiet. I don't know.
Ages being released is only partially makes me sick to my stomach. This was really the devil, bro. How did we live on the same planet as him? But randomly out of nowhere, a government branch decided to force Epstein's estate to release his 50th birthday book, which did indeed expose Trump for signing an inappropriate letter to Epstein. I always wonder how these rich dudes get so freaked out. Their freaky is always 10 octaves above the public. I don't know if I can show the letter, but I'm not gonna risk it because this vid might get taken down. It takes like 2 seconds to find on the internet anyways. The letter itself is a bad drawing of a naked woman's body, with Trump's signature directly on the bottom of it. I feel like in the past, if people heard that a president got exposed for signing a nude letter to a predator, they would assume he would have got impeached by now. Maybe this is just the bar that we've set for the future. They also had a fictional conversation between them on the letter. Aw, they're doing some cute couple role plays, such goals. I'm not gonna lie, two men having a fictional conversation written on a letter has gotta be some form of zesty. There is never a time you'd ever see me and my homies do this with each other. At the end of the letter—
Nah, yeah, that's definitely zesty, bro. I don't know what's going on. I feel like the elites, the very famous like rappers, I know a lot of rich people that are probably like into that freaky deaky stuff. Like all of them are freaked out. And it's crazy that they're all in positions of power. Like bro said, their freakiness be like 10 octaves above like the normal public. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got your normal public dude. He might be like, dang, she got a fada. That's like his, like, you know what I'm saying? Might be catcalling every now and then. Bro might watch a little bit of corn. But these people, bro, they go above and beyond. They on some Diddy stuff.
The last thing Trump wrote is, "A pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and let every day be another wonderful secret." Well, surely he clarified at least what he meant there.
It's not my signature, and it's not the way I speak. And anybody that's covered me for a long time knows that's not my language.
Look how JD Vance and the bodyguard standing. They know this man Trump lying right out his teeth.
Oh. Well, I have no reason to say he's lying. I believe him. Moving on. It's crazy because if I'm president and I'm accused of being a predator like this, and I'm saying someone's smearing me with fake signatures and all that, I'm instantly releasing a forensic analysis showing it's fake. Like, I run the country, give me the best one and get it done in a couple hours. But ever since he said this, there hasn't been a single peep from him about it. You've had to have some real genius out there to smear Trump with a fake signature 20 years ago knowing he would be president just to use it as blackmail against him. People are pointing out also he has signatures from the past that look exactly like the one with Epstein, and even ones he signed in 2022 with that exact one. But he's changed up the signature ever since becoming president, which makes you think, is this man really dumb enough to think people won't go back to his old signatures and compare them to see how alike it is? The answer is probably yeah. Russia now might invade Poland, so yay, another World War III threat this year. At this point, how many World War III threats are we at this year? Because every month I'm hearing a rumor that the may start up and I'm gonna have to get ready to be drafted. This month, Russia decided to send drones to Poland's airspace, which they say was an accident and they weren't intentionally aimed there. What's up with these governments thinking people in the world don't have brains like them? It's actually disrespectful because they deadass think we're all toddlers and can't tell what's real and what's not. Although nothing was really damaged and the drones turned out to be decoys apparently, Poland was not messing around with these. Word on the street is Poland's moving like the Texas of Europe. They deployed their jets to shoot down the drones because you gotta show dominance. And they also invoked Article 4 of the NATO treaty, which means they're now meeting with all other countries to discuss where
Poland ain't playing. They say we are not Ukraine. We will slide. We will spin blocks. We got YNs in Poland.
To go with this. All it takes is for them to agree to move to Article
Lil Yachty said he took the walk to Poland.
5, and we potentially in them World War III trenches. The military better be able to hold this out with my tax dollars, because that draft is one I will be dodging. I don't care if I gotta act like Timmy from South Park, I'm not going. While a country was attacking another country, Gen Z in Nepal just said F it and burned down their government. Finally, Gen Z! It's time for us to rise up. I don't know why, but I thought in our lifetime we would never see a government overthrown with all of our modern technology. I thought we was and shit. Our generation got a bunch of femboys and furries. Are these the people that are supposed to fight? Like, whenever I see footage of a government being overthrown, it's always from the 80s or in black and white. But this all started when in Nepal, the government decided to randomly ban all major social media platforms. And with stuff like this, it's always a buildup. The people there already felt like the government was too corrupt. So this one little thing pushed them to the edge. At first, the protesters started peacefully with people asking the government to change its ways. But then the police started using rubber bullets and tear gas fighting the protesters. The one thing you never do to a peaceful crowd is start firing at them, because their next and only only option is revolt. So all the Gen Z kids
Man.
started fighting back and crowding the streets, slowly adding up to more and more until the police couldn't handle it. And in the middle of this revolt, for some reason, there was a random British tourist there vlogging to witness it all. When all other media fails and there's no other source, always count on a random British man in a miscellaneous country recording it.
I did not know. Oh, hold on,
Husband
skip
used
it
to
back.
ejaculate.
Whoa, I did not know Nepal was on this type of stuff. But man, bro, man, I know a couple people from Nepal. I did not know it was going down like this in Nepal, man. Like, what people got to realize is that there's a lot more citizens than there are in, people in the police force. But you know what I'm saying? I don't even know if they have like a national guard, or I don't know if they have like a strong military. I don't really know a lot about Nepal, but to overthrow the government, yo, I did not know this was all happening, y'all. Like, this is all like what's so crazy that all this stuff has happened so like simultaneously, and it's kind of scary in a way. But I don't know what your belief system is, but I think we fulfilling prophecies, y'all. Hold on.
His country recording it.
Oh, I think this part is silent. I think there ain't no sound in this one. Or in this part right here. Is there any sound?
The whole thing was
Okay.
actually very wholesome, other than the government buildings getting burnt down. People were helping each other if they got injuries and driving them to the hospital. People set up stations to give each other food to refuel. And after everything burnt down and their previous prime minister resigned, they cleaned the street together and are gonna start building up everything again. In a way, this is the most peaceful overthrowing of a corrupt government I've ever seen. After all this, they of course had to elect new people in the government, considering all the old government got pushed out. And the place they chose to pick their leader wasn't in person, wasn't through local polling. They elected their new prime minister through Discord. Say what you want about
no
Gen
way.
Z, but we get things done in the stupidest possible
No
way.
way,
New
bro.
prime minister also would make her the first female prime minister in the country's history. So she
Wow.
got a lot on her plate, but you know what? Good luck to her and the rest of the Nepalian people. You could
How they gonna ban all the social media websites and then go proceed to, I guess, vote for the new prime minister through Discord? Like, that's just
tell their
backwards.
government was corrupt, because sadly there was 72 casualties just in the days of this going on. In America, if it came out the government off 72 people on the streets now, we would probably have a civil war all over the nation. Moving on, David, who's a singer that blew up in the past couple of years, mainly becoming big off of TikTok, as most artists do nowadays. If you think you've never heard of his name, I guarantee if you hear one of his songs, you probably heard it on a TikTok before. His Tesla had been found abandoned on the street and got towed to a local towing yard. It was there for a while when the workers started noticing a bad smell coming from it. And when they called the police found a body in a bag in the trunk. I could not be a
What?
cop, because I would not be the same after
Hey, imagine they probably had a wild party or something, and somebody OD'd or something, like something crazy happened, and then they try to hide the whole thing from, like, they just like, hey, we gotta get this body in this trunk, something. You gotta help me get rid of this body, and they put the body in the trunk. They abandoned the car and was like probably planning to come back to it to get rid of the body, you know what I'm saying, get rid of it, permanently. And I'm sure it got towed in that time. And just imagine, like, he come back to the spot where the car's supposed to be. He's like, bro, the car's he's like, bro, the car's supposed to be right here. The car's supposed to be right here. Probably panicking, pulling his hair out. Man.
seeing something like
And then next thing you know, you turn on the TV or you look on Twitter or whatever, and you find that your car has been found. But not only that, the police have found the dead body in your car. Yeah, bro, I don't know if that happened, but I'm just making up a story. But that
As
that'd be
soon as it
crazy.
came out, all of his fans were like, it's over. Their favorite TikTok artist turned into OJ. But it turns out at the time it got found, he was on tour already for a while. So unless he pulled some mafia type of calls and had someone taken out and left in his trunk for some reason, which doesn't make sense if you're trying to hide a crime, but whatever, then it was pretty much impossible for him
Man.
to have done the crime. The police also said he's not a suspect, that he's working with them to help. That's gotta be awkward to address to the public, right? Usually artists are addressing scamming allegations or something else, but a murder, that's That's a little more than what we normally see.
Right.
But f that, because now we got signs Mars has life. One of NASA's rovers last year got a rock sample from Mars. And that specific rock sample is also connected to an ancient river on the planet. They say the Mars rocks are about 3.2 to 3.8 billion years old. Whenever I see stats like this, it's always crazy because it shows our lives are literally nothing in the grand scheme of things. I don't even believe the universe is that old for real. Show me some 4K footage, then I'll start believing. The scientists found minerals on the rock that can be linked to life-friendly signs, which they match with the ones we have here. It also had elements like carbon, which is linked to microbiolife. The problem
Here we go, another ad, y'all. My fault. I'm gonna get YouTube Premium real soon, y'all. Give me the 1K and I'm gonna get YouTube Premium, promise.
Since we're on Earth and nobody's there, we can't fully confirm if it's 100% accurate. We have to manage on the rovers, which always have to break for some reason. But if they confirm it's true, it's the strongest evidence that Mars once had life like us or has life on it now. If they are there, I say we leave them alone. It would be kind of cool to chop it up with the alien and ask it how its life is going. Maybe have a little smoke session with it and get high. But we'll just drag them into our planet and all the bull we caused. They're probably gonna look at us like, damn.
I know we're kind of up, but damn, being born a human is crazy.
And for the last
Right, they probably on some yeah, they probably see what we got going on down here. Like, look at all what happened in 1 month. They probably looking at what we got going on down here and they're like, I don't want no parts of that. Like, yeah, like we struggling over here, but humans? Yeah,
this one that's probably the most craziest thing that happened this month. You've all heard by now, but political commentator Charlie Kirk got assassinated in broad daylight. If y'all know me and my stances, y'all probably already know what I'm gonna say. Political violence is never the answer and doesn't solve anything. And judging from the reaction and the fallout from it, people are even more split than they already were. You got the dumbest of sides. One side laughing at a man getting gruesomely murked in front of hundreds of people, and the other side saying it's a civil war now and it's time to get locked and loaded.
It's time we rise.
Bruh.
Why is Andrew
Yo, chill, gang. Chill, gang. Look at Andrew Tate trying to get back popping again. Talking about a civil war. Bro, I don't even think bro's even in the United States. Here's the thing, bro. With the whole Charlie Kirk situation, I think it's all like, I mean, look, man, y'all go look at the video I dropped, I think last week. I'm explaining my opinion on the Charlie Kirk
Andrew
situation.
Tate tweeting civil war?
Make sure to
Don't
go check
even
that
live
out.
here. Worry about your sex trafficking cases and crypto scams. Stop worrying about our affairs. To me, it looks like if this is the type of president we're setting for political commentators, like for politicians, it's one thing. Even though it's bad too, that's something people more expect is a possibility. Then how far are we gonna go with this? Even though Charlie Kirk is on the more extreme side with stuff he says, it starts like that, then dwindles down to everyone else. It honestly shows how sad we've gotten, and I'm honestly scared of what's to come. Like, for the people cheering online about this, now the other side is pissed that some insane person out there is probably gonna try to get some type of retaliation on a person or a group of people that are innocent as well. It's gonna be a never-ending problem, which is why it should be condemned. Is it now valid for you to get murked on the street because you had a disagreement with someone politically? Now that I've said that, even though I feel bad for his kids and I hope they can get through life well dealing with this, I'm not about to sit here and act like I'm actively crying and mourning the guy. Like, two things can be true at once. It can be true that he didn't deserve to go like that and gun violence is bad. But also, I'm not gonna mourn someone who sent hate to all types of groups all the time. Charlie Kirk got one of the worst digital footprints on the internet. There's that clip people are posting everywhere when he's talking about the Second Amendment.
I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights.
And yeah.
Yeah, man, it is crazy that it's kind of ironic that he did say that. Look at it in context though. I understand why he said that, but that's that man's opinion. I have my own opinions. I don't know what your beliefs are. You know what I'm saying? You're cool to have your own opinion. Like, you don't gotta believe nothing I believe. You don't gotta believe nothing Charlie Kirk believes. I feel like it's cool to have your own opinion. It's what makes everybody different. I like everybody being different. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? We're all so different. Everybody's fingerprints are different. Like, nobody has the same fingerprints. So I think it's okay for all of us and every one of us to have a different perception of life and also to have different opinions. It only makes sense.
That's definitely not a good look for what happened. He's also...
But it is very ironic that he did say that though.
Said things like the Civil Rights Act was a mistake, said abortion is now worse than the Holocaust. He was a huge rage baiter, and even though I'm not gonna celebrate what happened, I see why some people don't care. This whole thing has turned into a giant political butt fight. You got all the conservatives blaming liberals and saying it's because of their rhetoric and the way they talk that it happened. And then you got the liberals saying that's hypocritical because they do the exact same thing and would probably laugh at one of their people on their side dying. I hate to have the commentator take, I guess, but yeah, it is truly both sides would act the same in the exact same scenarios if it was a person on their side. Like, it's just how things work. I do think it's funny though how all the conservatives are saying how could people celebrate, acting like they haven't been making fun of George Floyd for 5 years. George Floyd jokes were never funny to me when they first happened, and the fact they keep bringing them up nowadays like it's supposed to be some.
But I remember, bro. Okay, short story. I'm only giving this little short story because I actually live in Minneapolis, bro. And I remember the George Floyd riots, bro. Like it was on and popping. I remember the night it was happening. And this was back when I used to smoke too. Like I was like in the car with my brother, my cousin, and the homie too. We was all in the car smoking, hotboxing, bro. Next thing you know, we look up in the sky. We like seeing orange from Minneapolis because we was like in St. Paul, like kind of in the hood. You know what I'm saying? And we was looking and like, you know what I'm saying? You can see flames like coming from Minneapolis, bro. I'm telling you, you can see smoke. And like you could like, bro, you go on the internet, you seeing everybody riot, bro. And I remember driving through Minneapolis, bro. I'm seeing tanks, I'm seeing all types of like artillery, I'm seeing the National Guard, like, bro. It was crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie, it was crazy, bro. Back in 2020, I think it was 2020. Was it 2020? It was crazy, bro.
Black people, I guess. Like, bro, it's been 5 years, almost 6 years. Let it go, man. And now you got them treating him like a warrior, saying he's the MLK and Jesus. It's gotta be some form of blasphemous. How are you a Christian and don't know you can't compare any human to Jesus? If Charlie's their MLK, though, then I don't want to know who their Malcolm X is. People may say to me, well, Tommy, he probably wouldn't have given you the same grace if it happened to you. And yeah, I'm sure if it did, he'd say it's tragic and all, but
I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths.
I don't really like this excuse because I don't live my life according to how someone else may act towards me. Like, do you act in the same way as a person you don't like? All I know though is from this whole thing happening and getting this many people's thoughts on the internet, we were never meant to see everyone in the world's reaction to something for real. Nothing good can come from it, and y'all better strap in this month up until the end of the year because I have a feeling it's not gonna be a smooth ride until the end of it. Anyways, let me know y'all's thoughts on it.
Man, and what's crazy is that there was another incident, bro. What's so crazy that there's still more stuff happening, bro. I don't know if y'all heard, but there was a black man who got he got hanged on a tree, pretty much got lynched by some white dudes in Mississippi on the college campus. So there's just so much stuff happening this month, bro, let alone this year, where I'm just like, what is going on, y'all? Like, I'm telling y'all, I don't know what y'all believe, but I believe we fulfilling prophecies. That's all I gotta say. But man, let me know what y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. I would like to hear y'all thoughts. Help me get to 1K subscribers. Like I said, I'm gonna get YouTube Premium, so y'all don't gotta see my ads no more. But yeah, man, make sure y'all like the video, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Peace.